welcome aboard Passengers Mega Sim. How are you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. Thanks Taylor for letting me know that there is a brand new news article that has come out all about Rush Hour. Boston Sprinter, famous, fast and exhilarating. So I'm literally, 5:10? He messaged me on Business Suite. Sorry, they messaged me on Business Suite and went, what's happening on this date? And I'm like, what date? And then I looked online and there it is. Be in control with Boston Sprinter, 19th of August. That is 2 weeks today. 2 weeks today. So, we're going to look through this article. What's your question? What I'm going to do, Taylor, is I'm texting you or messaging you what your question is, and I will answer it or try to answer it at the end. So, find out more about the Amtrak and MBTA Northeast Corridor Boston to Providence route coming to Train World 2. Boston to Providence. It is a polished rail artery between the capitals of Massachusetts and Rhode Island that at once is ultra-modern and ancient in its origins. It is bustling. As the northern end of Amtrak's busy Northeast Corridor, it also serves as the MBTA's, which is the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority's, busiest rail commuter line. Arriving 2 weeks today, 19th of August, as the first Train World 2 rush hour route. So with the upcoming Boston-Providence route, we will be climbing aboard Amtrak's state-of-the-art Siemens ACS 64 City Sprinter and the MBTA's EMD F40PH3C and the MBB3 CTC3 cab car to hustle passengers between classic Boston South Station and the modern Providence Station. And the upcoming route will also include MBTA's noted Stoughton branch. So what today serves as the multi-track, fast-paced northern end of Amtrak's Northeast Corridor was set down more than 180 years ago by the aptly named Boston and Providence Railroad, making the line one of the oldest in America. Okay, sounds good so far. This route, completed in 1835, went on to achieve glamour and glory as part of the legendary New Haven Railroad's shoreline linking Boston, New Haven, and New York City. Boston's magnificent South Station, a crown jewel among American railroad stations, was opened in 1899 under the auspices of the New Haven and New England's other heavyweight railroad. I think I've said that right. The Boston and Albany, part of the New York Central System. At the turn of the 20th century, South Station was proclaimed as the busiest railroad station in America, and in the decades that followed. New Haven's renowned shoreline became home to the likes of the NY, NH and H's Elegant Merchants Limited and beautiful streamlined Baldwin-built 464s. So the Providence-Boston route, having over the decades been joined by a virtual spiderweb of other New Haven lines south of Boston, which includes the Canton-Stoughton branch opened in 1845. Remained part of the New Haven until the railroad was merged with the ill-fated Penn Central in 1968. Within but a handful of turbulent years, intercity passenger service was then assumed by Amtrak in 71, and Penn Central was folded into Conrail in 76. Meanwhile, today's expansive MBTA, nicknamed The T by Bostonians, was created as a state agency in 1964 and has come to be one of America's largest and most progressive regional transit systems, incorporating rail, light rail, and its bus services. MBTA's rail services include operations on a dozen commuter lines, once operated by the New Haven B&A. And Boston and Maine. So today, the state of Massachusetts also owns the 38 Northeast Corridor route miles between Boston and Massachusetts Rhode Island border. Unlike the New Haven to Washington section of today's Northeast Corridor, the New Haven shoreline was traditionally not electrified. Modern electrification planning for the route dated to the Northeast Corridor's improvement project in 76, but political wrangling and the lack of funding stalled the initiative until the 90s. And the Northeast Speed Rail Improvement Program, which finally brought electrification, track improvements, and the Acela to fruition. Electrification of the 157 miles between Boston and New Haven was begun in 96 and completed in 2000. Speed limits on select portions of the line in Rhode Island and Massachusetts were raised to 150 miles per hour for the Acela and 125 for regional trains. So today, the 43-mile multi-track Boston to Providence route is pulsing with Amtrak Intercity and MBTA commuter trains, and is a captivating mix of the modern, such as the Boston South Station's adjoining multi-mode transportation center and Amtrak's Route 128 station, and the timeless, including Boston South Station's beautiful headhouse facing Atlantic Avenue and the famed Stone Arch Canton Viaduct. Prior to the timeless list. Prior to the pandemic, South Station served 1.5 million passengers a year. And Boston Stoughton Providence line welcomes an average of 25,000 daily riders. And today, ridership and service levels on the line are rapidly rebounding. In addition to being an important commuter conveyor unto itself, the Boston Stoughton Providence line plays an important role in the commuter agency's overall South Side operations, as it has junctions with, and in many cases supports train movements from routes including the Needham Heights, Franklin and Worcester lines. The Tracy World 2 rush hour edition of the remarkable Boston Providence route will bring the vitality of this extraordinary rail line to full, entertaining and challenging life. All the grand locations of the route Boston, South and Back Bay stations. Cove Interlocking, Amtrak sprawling on modern Southampton Street maintenance facility, Forest Hills, Reedville, Canton Junction and Viaduct, Mansfield, that's around the corner from me. No, wrong Mansfield. Attleborough, East Junction, Providence Station and more are being meticulously recreated. You'll climb aboard and take the throttle of an authentically modelled ACS 64 and the EMD F40 with MBTA, and also the CTC3 cab car. Ready to hustle passengers to and from the 4 Amtrak stations and 12 stations served by MBTA. In the coming days, we'll be taking an in-depth look at operations on the always lively Boston Providence route and at the notable and distinctive locomotives and equipment to be included, so stay tuned. Yes, we've got this train back. Oh, look at that. I know it is from San Francisco, but it does look good. So it is coming soon. So 2 weeks today. So tonight, there is going to be the live stream. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it, of a preview of this route. But this is the first route of the rush hour update. We are looking at some of these pictures. You will be able to look at them too. Link will be in the description. Snow. Oh, look at that. This is what I'm looking forward to. Driving the cab car. That is going to be good. And it's single decker. It's not double decker like the San Francisco one. But look at that. That looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. I am really looking forward to this. There are so many pictures. So, just as a reminder, because Taylor, you still haven't sent me this question. I'm recording now. He's going to kick himself if he doesn't message me. So, just as a reminder, Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour. So, Train Sim World 2 is getting an update with the new features and the optimization for console. But Rush Hour 2 is a DLC, and it is called a season ticket, which is £35 or $40, €40. Now, this season ticket is something that Dovetail have brought out to split the routes. Because they're all not ready, they're going to be putting them out one by one. And this season ticket gives you access to all 3. If you don't, it's normal price, £25, €30, $30. So, season ticket is a good job. Now, it is £35. Am I right? It is 35, isn't it? Or was it 30? Oh no. I'm worried now that I'm not giving it the right price. Give me a sec. Because is it 30 or 35? In my head, Why is it not coming up with the price? Oh my goodness, I've totally forgotten what the price is now. It's about two run. Creating passengers. First screens. This is it. All summer long. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, he is 35. Oh, I was worried there that I was putting it too high. But yeah, there is a £10 difference. So it was going to be 25. And now it's going to be 35. Okay, which is $40 and 40 euros. So anyway, let's go back. So yeah, that's kind of what we've got. That's what's going to happen. We've got the season ticket, which is coming out, which gives us access to all three. If you don't want all three, you could buy two of them for 50 or one for 25, but you know what I mean, for 35 is a good deal. So it is all summer long, so we don't know the dates for the Dresden and we don't know the dates for the Brighton yet. But summer lasts until 21st of September, wasn't it? So we've got until then for all three routes to be released, okay? But as you know, we will be getting this on console. We're going to try and get it on all three, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5, so we can see it on all three. And if we do have some time, we still have our PS4 and our Xbox One S to potentially do some testing on that as well. That's going to be a lot of work. That day is going to be difficult. Anyway, it's going to be fun. I am really looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too. And here we go. Taylor, your question. When Rush Hour comes out, does this mean that Rush Hour will be updated for the free version, or is this the one that will be 35 quid? Okay. So, Taylor, I've just answered that. There will be the Train Sim World 2 update, which is free, which gives you the updated optimization and all of that stuff. And the stuff in the roadmap, we will get the finalized things that we'll get in that first update. But the Rush Hour is the DLC for those three routes, which is 35 quid for the season ticket, the season pass. So there we go. I pretty much answered that, Taylor. So there you go. There's a bit of a shout out. Thanks, Taylor, for letting me know about the news article. But yeah, it's going to be good. I am looking forward to going on this route. What do you think? What's your top? Out of those three routes, what is your number one route that you're looking forward to? Personally, for me, Brighton Main Line, of course. But these other routes are looking good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos from the Mega Sim. Social media links are in the description below. We will see you on the next video. See you later, guys. Bye.